So this morning we had coyotes right behind the house. And when I say right behind the house, I mean in between the pond and our back porch. They were just right here. And Rebecca saw 3 of them this morning. And as soon as she went out the back door, they all took off. But that is a problem. And all the ducks, all of our ducks here, they were in the pond, like in the water, and the coyotes were watching them. But I was really afraid that the coyotes would try to get our new baby lambs. And this morning we got a white heron over here on the dam. Don't see those very often. We have usually 1 or 2 blue herons here, but the white ones are pretty rare, at least for us to have. And I can see a deer back there right on the water's edge drinking. I don't mind those animals, but I don't want the coyotes around. What are you guys doing? Obviously you want fed. All right, I'll feed you guys. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want some? So today was the first time we'd seen coyotes on our property in several months now, but they may have started coming back here recently because one of our barn cats is missing, and it's been missing for 4 days now. Its name was Snowball. It's the one that was kind of white colored, had blue eyes, kind of unique looking. And even though they're a barn cat, you know, they can roam the property freely, and a lot of times they get out in the woods and then a coyote will get them. So I think this is something we definitely need to keep our eye on. And we may have to get some of our game cameras. I think we only got 1 game camera that works. We may have to get some more. But put some game cameras out around the pasture and see if we can see if these coyotes just keep coming back. So I came out here to where we're building our new pig pen, and we put these T-posts in the other day, and now I just need to attach the fence panels to it. I'm just gonna do that with zip ties. And we don't just use any zip tie. Which one, it has to be UV resistant. If not, after a few months, they become brittle. They break real easy. And the other thing is we try to find some that are wide and thick and fairly strong. So these, I've been using these for the last several years. These are 120 pound rated. And we put like 3 on each T-post, and it seems to hold up just fine with the pigs. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Oh, helps with the fence panels. Pushing against the post. And on these corners, I always zip tie the 2 panels together. That way the pigs can't try to spread it open and try to get out that way or get themselves hurt on it trying. Scooter, I'm trying to do this. You're not helping. So I got all the fence panels on now, except for right here in the front. That's where we're gonna be putting a small gate. And then in the back corner, we're gonna be putting a big gate back there. So we'll do that on another day. So I don't think it's dry enough yet for us to be able to get out here and try to do anything with the pasture or the field. But I do think it's dry enough that we could probably try to regrade the driveway, see if we can put the crown back on. It's definitely needs a little bit of attention after snow plowing this winter. So I still got the land plane on the back of the T654. So it looks like everything's ready to go. So let's get started. So I think my first time around, I'm gonna have the land plane where it's tilted with the nose down, and then that's gonna allow my rippers to dig in a little bit. I don't wanna dig in too far. I just want enough to just help break it up. I don't wanna get into the fabric that's underneath. And then after I've done the whole driveway, I'll probably come back, we'll level this back out, and then go over the driveway again, and then hopefully after a few passes, it'll hopefully pull the gravel from the side and put it more of it in the middle and build that crown back up. So hopefully as you look at this driveway, you can see that the gravel looks all loose now. You can tell it's not packed down. So now I'm gonna take these ripper teeth, I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna put them back on top so they're not in the way. And then I'm gonna level out the land plane front to back, but I may make the left-hand side, I may try to make it where it's slightly higher. And I think that's gonna promote that side to lay down thicker gravel, thus helping make the crown on the driveway. So now I'll adjust this left lifting arm. Be about a ½ inch higher than the other side. So as we look at this lifting arm, you can see how much threads are exposed there. And you can see way more threads on this side, so that side should be higher. So now I'll go back over the driveway, probably at least another 3 laps, I'd say. And then hopefully the center of the driveway will get just a little bit taller each time, at least that's what I'm hoping. And we'll put that hump, that crown back on the driveway, and then the water, when it rains, the water will run off the driveway instead of the water running down the driveway like it wants to right now. Well, I went over the driveway more than 3 times. I went over probably like 6 times. So I went over it with the left side up for a while. I think that helped build up the crown a little bit. And then I went back, I kind of leveled it back out and went over it again just to make everything look more even. And overall, I don't think it turned out too bad. Well, definitely some pieces of fabric here and there. But just looking down the driveway, I don't think that looks too bad. I mean, it's a gravel driveway. They're never perfect, but I think this will do. Another piece. So now all of this gravel is nice and loose, so it's going to take a few weeks of driving on it, plus some rain, and this will eventually get packed back down. So as I was working on this, I had one obstacle, and that was my old car. I used to drive that back and forth to work, you know, got good gas mileage. It's been sitting there for over a year. Maybe it's sitting there for like 2 years now. It's been there for a while. So I definitely need to, I need to get that hauled off. I don't even want to try to even bother with selling it. I would rather just take that to the junkyard and scrap it. So I do need to call them and see what I need to do. There may be some special prep that I need to do to that before I can take it there. But that's something I may try to do this week or next week. But I would love to get that out of the driveway, and I think it's finally time. So a few videos ago, I mentioned that we were changing how we were doing our videos, how we were going to post them, and that was mostly affecting Facebook. Now, just so you guys understand how this works for me, I create these videos, I post them on YouTube, and when you guys watch, there's a commercial before it, there's commercials during it, and then I get a percentage of those commercials, of the revenue from those commercials. And that's how I get paid. So I would get a paycheck once a month from YouTube and from Facebook. Now, for some reason, Facebook, at the beginning of the year, as soon as January 1st hit, like, creators didn't really make anything off of Facebook. Hardly, just a small percentage of what we made before. So now on Facebook, I've only been making just a couple $100s a month. And to replace that missing income, we have decided to make a change. We have decided to maybe take on some sponsored videos, some sponsorships. And we're planning on only doing this once a month, and we'll end up having like a little 60-second sponsorship in one of our videos. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to be upset with that. They're going to, you know, unsubscribe. They don't want to watch me. I'm a sellout. But I'm just trying to replace the income that we had last year. I'm just trying to make it so we're making the same income this year. I'm trying to replace that missing income from Facebook. Now, I'm trying to be real picky about these sponsorships. Only products that I have used, products I'd stand behind, products that I would personally buy myself. And you guys don't have to watch that portion of the video. You can easily fast forward 60 seconds and continue to watch the videos. You can just skip it. It is that easy. All you gotta do is fast forward if you don't want to see it and continue on. And like I said, it's just gonna be like once a month. We're gonna do it as a trial basis to see what if we even want to do it. So I just wanted to warn everybody, if you see one of these pop up in a video, I just kind of want to give you a little bit of forewarning. Well, it is 4:45 right now, and Rebecca normally gets home a little bit after 5 o'clock. So I need to head out and do the chores, see if I can get them done before she gets home. And try sneaking the back door. Everybody follows me around. Look out! So they were all waiting for me tonight. There was no trying to sneak in and just feed the ewes that got lambs. Now we're trying to watch the other ones to see if there's another one going to birth sometime soon, and there's really There's maybe one that has some minor signs of showing, but it still looks like we're a few weeks out before we have any more lambs out here. 6 lambs there, and the other 2 lambs are right there. So everyone is accounted for. Uh-oh, I think Rebecca may be here. Somebody's here. One egg. Yeah, you want to take that? So I was just saying how none of the ewes are really showing yet. They'd probably still be a few weeks.
They're fat.
Yeah, but we're kind of worried that maybe, like, Mo has had 3, well, he's had 8 babies, but we haven't had any from Curly yet, so
Yeah.
we're waiting to see. It may turn out that Curly was sterile or something, and if we kind of have a date in mind.
Yeah.
I think it's like May 15th. Anywhere around May 15th, that's when the herd was combined. So at that point in time, somewhere after that date, they're going to be Mo's. So, so we'll keep an eye on it. They should still be pregnant, but we just know if it's after a certain date, we know who the dad probably is. Don't mind us, Callie. Don't mind us at all. She just keeps on going. But we still got another month before that date happens. But we're really hoping to have some babies from Curly so we have that genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we will.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more chicken eggs. Another chicken egg. Well, here's Oliver and the heifers. And you can see there's still, look at that, still water in there. What are you coming for, man? You're like walking right up to me. Yeah. What are you doing? Huh? I don't have peanut butter sandwiches. That's Rebecca. Rebecca has trained you to come to her, which I don't think is a great idea. Maya, I think you're losing your winter coat. I think you're shedding. What are you girls doing? Hi, darling. You don't need to eat my hand. It's okay. Stop. So I am still waiting for this field to dry out. It does look like there won't be rain for the next few days. And if it could just warm up a little bit, this will dry out and I can start disking this so I can plant this side. Now, the side with the pasture on it that we planted last year, I walked it down today and there's still a few spots that have standing water in it. And it's just been so wet. We got clay soil, so it doesn't really soak in that quickly. So I'm hoping, give it a few more days, I'm hoping that maybe I can get out and start to disc this field, or I can go over and spread some fertilizer in the new pasture, because I would really like it to get some good growth and grow up a little bit, you know, get a little bit taller before I start setting the cattle out there to start eating it. So let's hope we got some warm, drier weather this week, and then hopefully I can maybe tackle one of those jobs. All right, it is 5:25 now, so 5:26, just changed. Rebecca's home. It's after 5 o'clock. That's kind of my quitting time when Rebecca gets home. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I know it's probably a short video. I did go over the driveway like several times. Like, I know I went over at least 4 times with the rippers and probably like 6 times without the rippers. So it took a little bit of time today to do that, but I'm glad it's done. And hopefully I won't have to mess with it again, maybe till next spring. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it holds up. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.